This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last session, we discussed about that Linux commands we have completed, right? So today we are going to discuss about that shell scripting. So in the shell scripting, we are going to discuss about that introduction. What is the shell scripting, right? Why we need to learn the shell scripting? What are the prerequisites if you want to learn the shell scripting? And we are going to write some shell scripts and we are going to execute, right? So before going to discuss about what is the shell scripting, first we'll discuss about that what is the shell. What is the shell? Anybody idea? Hmm? What is the shell? So shell is a program. Shell is a program. It will takes the commands whatever user is typing. Whatever the user is typing and will gives to the operating system to execute. It will give the operating systems to execute. See, we are giving the some commands. We are typing some commands, right? What that shell will do, it will take those commands and it will give that operating systems to execute. Okay, so it's a one program. So that's why we are going to call shell is an interface.
This conference will now be recorded.
Ishwar Raju. Okay, shell is an interface between user and the operating system. What are the commands we are going to type? Those commands it will take and it will give it to the operating system. Right. So many shell types are there. In all the advanced Linux operating systems, the default shell is bash. Bash is the default shell in all the advanced operating systems. All the advanced Linux operating system. In other operating systems, bash is not the default one. See, we have AIX. AIX is the one operating system. Yes or no? In AIX, bash is not the default shell. In AIX, KSH is the default shell. KSH is the default shell. So like that, many shell types are there. Many shell types are there. How to know how many shell types are your Linux server is supporting? Your server is supporting. Anybody idea? So once you will log in into the server, where I can see this particular server is supporting these many shells. Very simple. So we have one file called as shells, which is available in the etc directory. So this shells file contains that shell names which are supporting by your server. So if you want to see the content in this particular file, we are going to use the cat command. Cat /etc shells. So it is going to give that what are the shells are going to support by your operating system. Right. It is going to use all the shell types. Okay. So once we execute this command, it will give. So if you see, copy this one. Already I have connected to the server. Just if you execute this command, and if you see, it is going to use that bash and sh. So sh is another shell type. So sh is the default shell in older versions of Linux earlier. So sh is the old one. Bash is the advanced version for the sh, and bash is the default shell now. Oh, sorry guys. Bash is the default shell in all the advanced Linux operating system. So like bash sh was there earlier, ksh also is there. Okay, like ksh, zsh, tcsh. Okay, like many shell types are there. So all the shells are by default, it is not going to be installed. See, currently we have connected to this Linux server. Right, this server is supporting right now only sh and bash. If you want to use other shell types, you have to install those packages. Then it is going to work. Right. Clear now? What is the shell? What are the default shell type in all the advanced Linux servers? Then different shell types are there. Right? See, on most Linux systems, a program called as in all the on the most Linux systems, a program called as bash, which stands for Bourne-Again Shell. So bash abbreviation is Bourne-Again Shell, an enhanced version of the original Linux shell program, as it's written by Steve Bourne. So there are many other shell programs as follows: ksh, bash, csh, tcsh, zsh, like that. Many shell types are there. So if you want to see what are the shells are supporting by your operating system, just go to that shells file which is available in the etc directory. Okay, so just execute this command and see in your servers, company servers, cat space /etc /shells. It will give the what are the different shell types your servers are using. Clear? So next one, how to change from one shell type to another shell. See, we know many shell types are there. By default, shell type in Linux server is bash. So if you want to switch from one shell type to another shell, it's very simple. It's very simple. Just execute this command /bin/sh /bin/ksh /bin/sh. So once you execute, suppose if you see, if you want to switch to that sh, we can execute /bin/sh. Okay, so once we execute this command, it is going to switch to that sh, right? So later again, if you want to come back to that bash also, right? See, now I have executed this command /bin/sh. So it has executing, still not at switched. Right, it's taking time, not sure why. Yes, so Shashikant is asking how to check the current shell. Very simple. Okay, so if you want to know, see, right now we switch to that sh, right? So again, if you want to go back, /bin/bash. So earlier I was in the my shell type is bin, that bash, right? So again, if you want to switch, you can execute this command /bin/bash. So it is going to switch to the bash shell. So you want to know which shell currently you are using. Very simple. You can execute echo $shell. So here Already we know, right? Echo command. So what it will do? Whatever you are going to give along with the echo command, it is going to display. Okay. So if you execute this command, what will happen? It is going to display as this shell only. But I am expecting currently what is the shell we are using. Okay. So here shell is a one variable. If you want to get that variable value, we are going to use that dollar symbol. Okay. So dollar will give that variable value. If you don't use the dollar, as it is going to display. Right. So still it is not switched. Not sure why. Some issue with the servers. Then select this server, click on connect, copy. So let me connect from other window. Go to that desktop. There you will see that ACT. So Machendra Pai is asking difference between bash and sh. See, bash is the advanced version. Okay, it have many advanced features. So I will share one document just to go through that one. There I have created one matrix table and what are the features and what are the shell types which are supporting. I have created one matrix table. Okay, I will share that document. In the document, you will go through that one. You will get that all the. So what is the default shell? Madam Kamakshi Madam is asking. I don't know, Madam. What you were listening so far from last 20 minutes. And I have typed n number of times also here. And see, bash is the default shell in all advanced Linux. In AX, case it is the default shell type. Okay, I don't know what you are doing. At least if you didn't listen my voice, at least I'm typing here, right? You are not able to see this one. Okay, so using this command, you can display that currently which shell you are using. Okay, see, still it is taking more time to connect. I'm not sure why. Okay, so apart from that one, see, echo dollar shell. We have other two commands also. Echo $0. Echo $0 also it will give that what is the current shell you are using, or ps-p $. This one also it will give that currently which shell you are using. Clear? Okay. So next one is what is the shell scripting? What is the shell scripting? So what do you mean by shell scripting? See, so far we discussed about what is the shell. We didn't discuss about the shell scripting, right? So shell scripting is a one file. It contains series of commands. Shell scripting is nothing but it is one simple file. It contains series of commands. N number of commands will be there, right? So all the shell scripts, the file's extension is .sh. All the shell scripts file extension is .sh, right? So sir, is it a mandatory to keep that all the shell scripts file extension is .sh? It is not a mandatory. But for Java, what is the file extension? .java. This Java extension is mandatory. Without .java extension, your Java program is not going to run. For Python, .py. For Ruby, RB. Scala, dot sc. Right. So like that, each language, the file extension is there. C language dot c, C++ dot cpp. Right. So these languages, the program file extension should be there, but for shell script, it is not a mandatory. For shell script, it is not a mandatory. Okay. Even if you don't give also, it is going to work. Suppose you are creating one shell script called as hello.sh. So you can write the shell script name hello.sh, or simply hello also going to work. Hello also going to work. Right. You can give hello.sh, or just simply you can give hello also, it is going to work. Clear? But for Java and all, you have to give that hello.java. Right? So see, in simplest terms, a shell script is a file containing a series of commands. See, hello.sh is a one shell script. Okay, so here we can write commands. Echo hello everyone, echo good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Right, echo today date is date command. Right, echo welcome to shell scripting. So like this, you can write that shell scripts. Right. So now, if you observe here, shell script is nothing but a simple file. It containing series of the commands. So whatever the commands you have written in the order, in the same order, it is going to execute. So first this command is going to execute. Next this command is going to execute. Next this one, this one. Next. So who is going to take these commands one by one and it will give it to the operating system? Bash. The default shell is bash. Right. So it will take that bash one by one command and it will give it to the operating system. So that is what here I have explained. See, the shell reads here. Shell means the default shell is read. The shell reads the file and carries out the commands as though they have been entered directly in the command line. Right. So the normal shell script file extension is .sh. So guys, is my voice is breaking? Sheikh is saying, Sheikh, please check from your side. Okay. So for everyone it is good. Maybe from your side the internet issue is there. Just check it. Okay. So now we know what is the shell scripting. Right. What is the shell? Why we need to learn this shell scripting? So Nani Reddy is asking. So this is the one shell script. Ne? In the shell script, okay, in the middle of the one command is giving error. Is it going to execute till end of the shell script or it is going to terminate the program? Is it going to execute till end of the last command? Krishna Chaitanya is saying it will go into execute. So others are saying no. So guys, even suppose this command is failing. Suppose I am giving that capital letter E, only this command is going to fail. Other commands are going to execute. That is a shell script. So shell script is going to execute from start, beginning the line in that particular file until end of the line, end of the command, it is going to execute. Even in between, if you get any errors also, it is not going to terminate the program. But in the Java, if you get any error in between, okay, it is going to terminate entire program, right? It is not going to execute, right? If they give the command name is echo hello, even that one also not going to work. Okay, right? So in the shell script, if any line in between the program it gives error, it is not going to terminate. It is going to execute till end of the command in that particular shell script. Clear? So now we'll discuss about why we need to learn the shell scripting. Very important point is the advantage, the benefit of shell scripting is automating the regular things. Whatever you are doing manually, okay, we need to automate it. So if you see earlier, already I shared with you guys, I think this one. So every day I was going to the office. My shift timings will be 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. From last 13 years, same office timings only. So I'm working for the US projects. Okay, 2 p.m. So in between 1.5 year, I joined in Cognizant. That time normal shift 9 to 6. Okay. Apart from that one, my all work timings are 6 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay. So that's why I started this trainings, because till 2 p.m. I'm getting bored. I don't have time to do. I don't have other things to do that one. So that's why I started this training. Every day I used to go to the office 2 o'clock and I was executing some commands. Okay, some commands. And I have monthly one report was there. Every month, first I was going to the office and I'm executing and I'm generating the report. So suppose if I on that particular day I'm not going to the office or I'm on the vacation, no one is there to execute those commands. It's postponing to that next day or other day. So after that, I checked with that Linux admin. So my all the Linux admins are from Mexico. Okay, so I checked with him. Hey, is there any automate whatever that I am doing manual things? He told me, hey man, it's very simple. Okay, so he told me, create a one shell script, keep all these commands in that particular shell script, configure in the cron tab. That's all. Oh, he saved my time. Really? So like that, I learned all these things. So that time I was a Java developer, but I was taking care of all the things. That's why I learned that all the Linux commands in 12 years back only. Okay. See, I was a Java developer, but I learned all these things because in that project, I have to take care of DBA, that deployment, the administration and all. So the main intention of learning this shell scripting to make that automation, whatever we were doing manually things, right? So that is the main benefit of learning the shell script, automate your regular job. taking the backups, database backups. So what are the popular databases, guys? What are the popular databases? So we have relational databases, right? And non-relational databases are there. So can you tell me first relational databases names, the examples for relational databases? So the relational databases names are popular Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, right? Microsoft SQL Server, right? DB2, Sybase, like many databases are there. These are the relational databases. Okay, so non-relational or no SQL databases. So what are the no SQL databases? The popular MongoDB, Cloud and DB, Cassandra, DynamoDB, like many no SQL databases are there. So what is the difference between relational databases and no SQL databases? See here, I'm using one word, relational, right? So here in these databases, the data is going to stored in the structured format, like rows and columns, rows and columns. Okay, like so tables. The data is going stored in the tables, right? But in the NoSQL databases, there is no tables, no tables. Sorry. Okay, it is going to store data in the JSON format, key values fields, key value fields, JSON format. So the data is going to store in the documents. Okay, so here data is going to store into the tables. Here in the documents it is going to store, right? When we are going to use these relational databases and when we are going to use these NoSQL databases, it depends on your application, the application type. Suppose your application is very small one and your application most of the time just getting the data from database. Okay, so you have one website, just you want to display some products. Okay, you don't want to update, you don't want to delete, you don't want to insert. So that time you can go with NoSQL databases. Okay, but your application is very big application and it is going to store very big data. Okay, and your application having that n number of transactions related to like insertion, updation and all. So that time you can go with any relational databases. In these relational databases also, MySQL and PostgreSQL databases are open source. If you want to use MySQL and PostgreSQL, you don't want to pay the money. So that's why when I was in Cognizant, I was using this MySQL database. Okay, freely you can use it, right? But Oracle, if you want to use, you have to pay the money, purchase the license. Even MySQL, the Microsoft SQL Server, MS means Microsoft SQL Server, DB2. So DB2 is IBM product. So whatever the databases I am specifying, you don't want to learn. Okay, just if you know how to install these databases, that is more enough. As a DevOps engineer, we are not going to write any SQL queries. But who is going to write SQL queries? As a developer. Developer is going to write the SQL queries. As a DB admin, he is going to take the backup. So why we need to take the backup? First of all, when we are going to use these databases to store the information, to store the data, we are going to use these databases. See, I have a one Flipkart application. So in the Flipkart application, we have products, right? Users. So all those information I want to store into a one database. So any application, it contains, definitely it is going to use the any one of the database to store the data. See, as a DBA person, database administrator, he has to take the backup. Why? If something goes wrong, if your database has corrupted, we have to restore it, right? So that's why regularly, daily or hourly basis, based on the requirement, we are going to take the database backup. To take the database backup, we are going to write the shell scripts. Sir, as a DevOps engineer, without knowing SQL knowledge, is it possible to write the shell script to take the backup? No. See, just even interviewer also asked the same question. Can you tell me some of the, first he asked me, which scripting language you know? I know the shell scripting. Can you tell me some of the shell script names which you have written? So I said that db backup.sh. Immediately he asked me, hey, do you know the SQL queries? See, I know, I said, but you guys don't say that I know the SQL queries because you don't know, right? If you say you know SQL queries, he may go and ask some SQL queries also. Suppose if he knows that SQL knowledge, what you guys will say? So I don't know the SQL knowledge. So in my project, we have a requirement. We need to take the backup. So the DBA person don't know the shell scripting. So what I did, I have helped him. So whatever that related to Linux commands, I have written and I have created one template and I have shared with him. So he used that shell script and updated some SQL queries and we have configured in the cron tab. So like that, you have to give the justification if you don't know the SQL queries. Okay. See here, we are mentioning, we are helping to the others. This is very, very important, guys. Okay. As part of your work, okay, you have to help to that others. That is one main important characteristic. Okay. That is one of the business rule in some companies. Okay. So when your manager is going to do the checkpoint, he's going to ask, so this year or this quarter, what you help to the others. Okay, you have to give that justification. So for this particular team, they struck. So I jumped into that one. I helped them. Okay, so this is one of the important point when they are doing the checkpoint. That yearly assessment is there. Na? They are going to do. So like that you can showcase, and even interviewer will also, oh, this guy is helping to others. Like that he will think. Clear? And I have written one shell script called as server resources monitor.sh. Server resources monitor.sh. I have written this shell script. So can you guess what this shell script is going to do? this shell script is going to monitor your server resources. What are the server resources? Can you tell me? What are the things we are going to call server resources? CPU, RAM, right, hard disk. So these are the server resources. So in this particular shell script, I have used that free command, right, df command, top command, right, and I have used that mail command, I have used the sed command, I have used the host name, and I have used that ifconfig, right. So like this, many commands I have used. See, why I'm using host name and IP address? Because suppose if my server resources utilization is it reached that 80%, the threshold value reached that 80%, it has to send a one email notification, right. So that time in which server that server resources utilization is reached more than 80%, so for that one we are sending host name and IP address also, right. So that's why we use that host name and ifconfig. These are the commands we use, right. So many times they ask this question, can you tell me some of the shell script which you have written and for what purpose, and can you tell me that what are the commands you have used in this also in those shell scripts? Okay, you can explain server resources monitor.sh, db backup.sh, and I will tell you some of the shell scripts. See, when I'm explaining this one 2 years back in the classroom training, so one guy he immediately said, sir, we are also using the same shell scripts, sir. Okay, and file name also same, and here and there the commands are here. So we use the echo command also. He also shared the same shell script, but nowadays we are not using this one. 10 years back I have written this shell script. You know why we are not using nowadays? Many monitoring tools are there. Okay, so like Grafana, Prometheus, right, New Relic, like many, yes, Nagios, many monitoring tools are there. Those monitoring tools are going to monitor your servers. You don't want to write the shell scripts. Okay. Another one, deploy.sh. For deploying the application, I have written this shell script. Okay. So we are going to write the script to deploy the application into the Tomcat server and done. Okay. So like this, guys. So I have written one more shell script called as cleanup.sh. So in this cleanup.sh, what we are doing in the temp directory and some /var logs directory, whatever the files which are created 1 month back, we are removing, we are cleaning up the server. So there we used that find command, rm command, email command, this one echo command, all these commands we have used and we have configured in the cron tab. Okay, so like this, guys, just you can give some shell script file names and some examples. Okay, so that interviewer will assume you guys have that good experience on these shell scripts. Okay, okay. Many guys are failing. Even when I'm taking the interviews, just I will ask first question when I'm taking the questions on the shell script. So which scripting language you do? Many people are going to say that shell script only. Why? Because Shell script is very easy if you know the Linux commands. But Python is not like that one. So if you want to learn the Python, you have to do more hard work dedicatedly. Okay. So that's why Python is not that much simple. It's object-oriented programming language. It's like Java. Okay. But it is very simple, guys. But you have to do the hard work with commitment. Then everything is easy, guys. So see, the intelligent, that clever, maybe in the first time only he is going to able to grab the things and he can able to understand. That another person, if he goes 2 times, then he can able to understand. So you have to do the hard work. The going to the second term is that is hard work, right? So you will also get that good knowledge, right? So everyone is not the same, right? Some people in the first time itself they are going to grab the things and they can learn. Others second time, some more guys the third time. So like that it will be there. So that's why don't think that whether I can able to learn this DevOps or not, whether I will get the job in as a DevOps engineer in the software industry. Remove those questions in your mind. Do the hard work. Okay. Even other languages are there. Perl, other scripting languages. Perl, right? Those are not that much easy. So that's why I'm teaching that shell scripting. If you know the Linux command, shell scripting is very easy. Shell scripting is nothing but writing the commands in the order and saving into one particular file. Right? Clear? Yes. So I am going to share that many examples, whatever I have used, whatever I have written in my projects. Okay. So now what I'm teaching that fundamentals to you guys. See, whatever ready-made examples if I share with you also, it is not going to helpful for you guys in the real time because your requirement is maybe going to keep on change. As per the requirement, you have to apply your knowledge, whatever you are going to gain in these classes, and you have to write the shell script. Okay. See, any scripting language or any programming language, if you want to learn, you have to do that more and more practice. Right. So when you are writing the program, when you are asking, hey, why can't you write the program like this one? Why can't you update this line? Like that, you are going to get some ideas. So if you want to expert in these scripting languages or any programming language, you have to do more and more practice. Just if you read, you are not going to get anything. You have to execute. So that's why without laptop, without practicing, you are not eligible for DevOps engineer. Again and again I am saying. Without practicing, you are not eligible for DevOps engineer. No use at all. Okay. So even in many engineering students, due to some lack of this financial crisis, many guys don't have the laptops or desktops. Then what you will learn in the engineering? Just only that theoretical knowledge is not going to enough, guys. Okay, just the theoretical knowledge is just for passing your academics. You are not going to get more than that. That's why many people are failing that in the interviews and all. That is what I have observed. Sir, no. So nowadays at least they are getting somehow laptop. Okay, when I was studying 13 years back, very less people having the laptop. The rich people. Some people are having the desktops. Okay, Even that time I don't have any laptop or desktop. I used to go to my friend room. There I was practicing. Even see, whoever took that desktop, na, that guy was not using. That guy took just for watching the movies. He was saying, "Hey, Mama," he was calling like that one. At least you are using my desktop in that good way. I couldn't able to use like that. He was saying. Okay? I got benefited because he's not doing hard work. Okay? See, without doing hard work, without practicing, don't expect anything easily. Okay, even if you get the job, somehow you are not able to survive. Okay, see, if you go through my classes regularly, if you do practice, you don't want anybody help to clear the interviews. You don't want anybody help to survive after getting job also. Easily you can able to showcase 3 to 4 years experience, such a way like that we are teaching. Okay, so all these lecturers, why I am giving, you have to do the practice and you have to be regularly attend the classes. Okay, clear guys? So why we need to learn the shell scripting? The main thing is you have to automate that regular jobs, right? Taking the database backups, monitoring server resources like CPU, RAM, utilization, all these things. Okay. So if you want to learn the shell script, what are the prerequisites? So we should have any one of the Linux or Unix flavor operating systems. Why? Because our shell scripts are not going to execute in our Windows server, Windows operating system. Sir, I'm opening the git bash, I'm opening the mobaxterm, I'm executing the commands. All the commands are not going to execute, right? If you go and execute shutdown or if you execute reboot, is it going to work? No, right? So you should have any one of the server, Unix based server. Yes, already we have the Linux servers, right? Knowledge on Linux commands with various options. Already we discussed. We gone through all the Linux commands, whatever it is required. Then basic knowledge of programming. Arey Bhaiya, what is this third line? We hate this programming. Then you are saying that basic knowledge of programming. Even if you don't know also, no problem. I am going to teach that if else condition, for loop and all. But we are very fed up with those for loops and all. Now you are saying that you are going to teach. Is it mandatory? Yes. The if else condition and for loop is mandatory, and I am going to teach in very simple way. After going through my classes, the if else condition, for loop and all, you will feel, oh, these are very easy. Are in my engineering first year, I fed up of that for loop, if else condition, and I didn't study it properly. I failed the C language. So many guys are going to fail in the first year because that is the first programming language, the engineering, then in MC also. Yes or no? Many guys are going to fail in the C language. Okay, you guys don't worry on this one. I will teach, but it is not like that much complicated. C language, Java, and all. It's very easy. Hmm? So Hari, Teja is saying exactly, sir. Yes, even I know. I saw, right? Even I went through like a non-computer background. So I did my BSc electronics. After that, I joined in MCA. When I joined in MCA, I don't know anything. Even how to switch on that lab, the computer, how to shut down, I don't know. So in the first day, I went to the lab. Okay, my already the lab coordinator already he switched on all the desktops. After my work, he told me that shut down. What I did, I switched off that power button. He scolded me, hey, this is not the way of shutting down. I don't know that time. Really, still I will remember all these things. Okay, 13 years back. See, Kagesh also saying that yes, me also did the same thing. That time we don't know, right? We are new to computer world. Okay, but I did that hard work. Okay, I went from non-computer background, from electronics background. I went. Okay, I did my BS electronics, not the computer science. Okay, but if you do the hard work, guys, everything is very simple. Okay. So I don't know how to one of the how to on the cloud computer. Okay, at that time, yeah. So everyone don't know, right? Some guys already knows because in their home already their relatives are might be using the computer. That's why they knows. Hmm. But now in current generation, after 2 to 3 years of old guy also knows how to switch on the laptop, how to shut down. Hmm. Just now, how to watch the movies. Niranjan is saying. Nitin is saying, now even my brother knows better than me. Yes. Mhm. Yes, that time, internet was very hard and it's very expensive. Even, see, I think 3 years back, if you want to take 1 GB data, mobile data, I think 248 rupees we are paying for an Airtel guy. Now, after Jio came, really, it's very cheap. Even in my village also one Jio tower is there. Because of that, I'm conducting the classes through from my village. Otherwise, I have to be there in that Bangalore itself. Really, 248 rupees we are paying just for 1 GB. Correct. I'm from Take Load village. It is near to Lepakshi. Yeah. So from past 1.5 year, I'm in my village only. Okay, it's like Bangalore only. All the connectivity is there from my village. Just 60 minutes airport, Bangalore airport. So all the facilities are there. Okay, so we'll come back to our technical discussion. Okay. So now we'll write first shell script. Okay. So if you want to write the shell script, so shell script is nothing but it's a file, right? We are going to use the VI editor. VI, give the name hello.sh. Okay, so I'm giving the extension .sh, right? Now, once if you execute this command, it will come. The file is going to open in the command mode. When the file is in the command mode, are you able to update any command? No, right? What you have to do? Press the I. Then it will come into the insert mode. Then it will come into the insert mode. So then you can write the shell script. So the first line is in the hash exclamatory mark and bin bash. So this line we are going to call as shebang line. This line we are going to call as shebang line, right? So what do you mean by shebang line? What this shebang line is going to represent? So this hash and exclamatory mark we are going to call as shebang. So this entire line we are going to call it shebang line. Shebang line. Okay. Here this shebang line is going to represent that which script, which shell you have to use to execute this particular shell script. So you are going to write some commands, na? So shell script is nothing but it's a commands, right? We are going to write in the order. So to execute these shell scripts, these commands, so which shell we need to use, so that shebang line is going to represent. Sir, is it mandatory to write that shebang line in each shell script? It is not a mandatory. Why? If you don't specify this line, what will happen? The default shell is going to use. What is the default shell? Bash is the default shell. So even if you don't mention this line, even if you mention no use, so when we need to specify the shebang line, you have to, when you are going to use other than bash, right? So if you want to use other than bash, the particular shell you want to use, that time we are going to use this shebang line, right? So I have written these comments. Now I want to save it. If you want to save, first you have to make the file is in the command mode. Get that file into the command mode. So if you want to get that file in the command mode, what you have to do? Press the escape button. Press the escape button. Then when press the escape button, it will come into the command mode. Then colon WQ. Press the colon WQ. Save and quit. Right. So now you have created a shell script called as hello.sh. Now I want to run the shell script. This is one of the interview question. I have a one shell script called as hello.sh. Can you tell me how many ways you are going to run the shell script? You can run the shell script in many ways. Right. How many ways we can run? Dot hello.sh. Right. Dot slash hello.sh. Dot space hello.sh. sh hello.sh. Bash hello.sh. Right. csh hello.sh. So like this, you can run shell script in different ways. Right. See here, I am specifying that csh. This is the shell type and shell script. It is not going to work in our current Linux server. Why? Because csh is a one shell type which is not installed. Okay, you will get error csh command not found. But this one and this one also going to work. Right. Now what I am going to do, I am going to write a one shell script. So before running the shell script, you have to give the execute permissions, otherwise you are going to get error. So let me write a one shell script and see whether it is going to work or not. Then we'll see how to give the execute permissions. So just copy this commands, go here. So it's disconnected. Today my server is very slow. Okay. So va hello.sh. Just type va hello.sh and hit the enter. So still it is not open that file. So can we use shell script to control AWS resources? Yes, you can write it. See, but that time AWS CLI has to be installed in your server. Then only you can able to connect to that AWS resources through command line. Okay. Does internet speed impact your server speed? Definitely. See, your internet is very slow. Okay. Even the it's copied 2 times. Na? 1 second. I'm deleting. Oh, already hello.sh is that's why. Okay. Okay. I have saved. Save it. Escape. Colon. Double click. Now you have to give the execute permissions. If you don't give the execute permissions and if you try to run hello.sh, you will get the error. Just if you run. Oh, I think already if you see execute permissions are there. I have given. So I have written same shell script for configuring cron tab. See, execute permissions are there. So guys, without giving the execute permissions, so let me create a one directory mkdir shell script. Okay, mkdir shell scripts, and there I am going to create that hello.sh. Oh, first inside go inside that shell scripts directory. So for that one, cd shell scripts. Just type cd shell scripts, hit the enter, then create a file va hello.sh, then type I, it will come insert mode, okay, type I, come insert mode. Krishna Chaitanya is asking one question: what is the difference between /hello.sh and cat hello.sh? I will tell you. See, cat hello.sh is going to use it for displaying the content in that particular file. /hello.sh is for running the shell script. See, if you use /hello.sh, you will get an error right now. Why? Because see, still it is executing, still it is not responding. Yeah, see, you are getting that error, permission denied. Right, you are getting the error, permission denied, because you don't have the execute permissions. You have to give execute permissions chmod u plus ex hello.sh. Right. Once if you give the execute permissions, then it is going to work. Okay, it will run now. Execute /hello.sh. Okay, it will work now. See, we are getting the output. We are getting the output now. Okay, you can execute dot space hello.sh. So this is another way of running dot space hello dot sh run. See, this is another way of running the shell script. And sh hello dot sh, just execute. So this is another way of running the shell script. Bash hello dot sh. See, it is running, right? Yes or no? So, but if you try to execute sh hello dot sh, it is not going to give. Okay, see, command not found. Command not found. So, if you try to execute without .sh, you will get a error now. Okay, why? Because there is no file with hello, right? You will get a error. See, no such file or directory. When you are saving the file, if you don't give that extension .sh and if you run, it will work. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss. We are going to write a one shell script without giving the extension as .sh and we are going to save it. Clear? So that time it will work. Clear? Anybody have any questions so far? Whatever we are discussed so far. No questions? Okay. So in the next class is on Monday, right? We are going to continue that. How to run the shell script in debug mode. Okay. And other topics we are going to cover. So today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, whatever the pending work is there, clear that one at least, so that we're up to date and we are going to pick up the next things. Clear? So guys, after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we are going to take the classes on Saturday also. Okay. In the day one, I'm mentioning the classes are Monday to Saturday, not the Friday. Clear? Okay. So Saptagiri is asked, sir, in case if there are shell scripts sample in any Git or for practice, could you please share? Yeah, I will share. I'm going to share that all the shell scripts and the documents, the entry questions also. Guys, meanwhile, go through those Linux commands entry questions. Okay. So some of the entry questions are coming out of our scope. Some of those questions you can ignore it because sometimes the Linux admins are going to take the interview. So whoever learned the DevOps course and they came from the Linux background, they are going to ask more questions in the Linux. So that's why you can ignore those questions. Okay? That booting process, run levels, those are very important. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Happy weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Okay. Thank you.